make sure you're seen in the video too. This is my husband, he's number 5. Okay, you good? It's okay, it's okay. My name is Kelly Morrison. Today is February the 24th, 2017. This is my informative speech for Speech 205. Have you ever had a personal encounter with a police officer? I just want you to think about that for a second and think about what your encounter was like. Now I just want you to imagine if that had been recorded and put on television or the internet for the entire world to see. How do you feel like you would have been portrayed? Would you have acted in a way where you felt like you would have been proud of yourself for how you responded in the situation, or would you kind of have bowed your head in shame because you were embarrassed about how you acted? No matter how you feel about police body cameras, unfortunately in today's society they're necessary. There's something with everything that has come up lately with a lot of different situations, whether it be police brutality or whether it be an officer being accused of police brutality, where we have needed the video evidence to be able to support one way or the other. So today I just want to help you understand what police body cameras are and how they're used to help assist the public, and also how they're used to assist law enforcement. The first thing I want to show you are some pictures of body cameras. These right here is one that is chest mounted, then they have shoulder mounts, and then they have the one that is mounted there on this guy's glasses. Those would be the more expensive kind. They were like Google glasses that are available now. I would think that this is the most common kind. They're about 3 inches, and that would be the kind that the majority of law enforcement wears because they are cost effective. This is just for instance of this man maybe being in a traffic stop and the officer's body cam being posted right there on his chest so that he can capture the entire encounter on his body cam. So there's no question as to what happened during that time. They range in price from about $300 to $900 depending on the kind of body camera that you buy. Anderson City Police Department here has a brand named ViView Pro that's about $300 each. There are some cameras that are available on the market for a lower cost, but the lower the cost, the lower quality. You're not going to have as many recording hours or battery operating time, so that's going to decrease as well. Anderson County, I spoke with the sheriff, and they currently do not have body cameras. It's not something that has been in the budget in the past, but it's something he intends to look at. But a problem that they face is knowing how to purchase all these. They can't purchase them all at one time, and how they implement the use of them if they only have a few at a time. You can imagine if you had 100 officers and you had to pay $300 a piece for a camera. Nobody has $30,000 extra laying around in a county budget that's not already allocated somewhere else. An article written by Turner, Owens, and McQuillan in the Harvard Journal of African American Public Policy stated that former President Obama passed a bill that allocated $263 million in federal funds to help aid these agencies in the purchase of these cameras. So that will help them along the way. The next thing I want to discuss with you is just how they are used in assisting the public. The cameras protect the public from excessive force or police brutality, being that a police officer, maybe he hit you to detain you when you didn't deserve that, or you were being peaceful, then that camera is going to protect you in showing that he treated you in a way that was inappropriate. So they bring a transparency to every department that they really can't lie about it on the encounter because it's there for you to see, so that protects the public. Andrew Walter wrote an article entitled Police Brutality, where he discusses the 1992 police assault on Rodney King. Mr. King was severely beaten with over 50 baton blows and was kicked and punched several times. The assault was caught on camera by a civilian for the entire world to see and was put on television. So this is really the first time that came to light for a need for police officers to be recorded. So this is where they started implementing dash cams that would record stops, but dash cams in of themselves only record a specific point of view. We've progressed there to have body cameras where you can see it from the officer's point of view to know exactly what happened. Another use in assisting the public is capturing accurate witness and victim statements. That way there's no question when it comes time for recollection in the trial to know what it was you said or what your testimony was at the time. A lot of people, if it takes a year or two to come to trial, may not be able to recall exactly how the events unfolded. Having that video footage will allow there not to be any question. And then finally, I just want to talk about how they help assisting law enforcement. I read that they tend to keep civilians more civil. I thought that was kind of funny when I thought about it, because if you can imagine knowing that you were being videotaped, you would be less likely to act a fool when it came time. You would think about the fact that you were being recorded instead of treating each other very disrespectful or treating the officer disrespectfully. They also reduce the public's complaints against law enforcement. In the world we live in right now, everything is recorded all the time, and if someone feels that they're not treated appropriately, they can say that they were treated unjust, but they're going to know that that's unfounded if they know that there's video footage of it, and they're going to be less likely to complain or make a complaint because they know it's recorded. Okay. The hardest things to prosecute for police officers is domestic violence cases. I interviewed Deputy Jeremy Pickens with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, and he said that is one of the hardest things to prosecute are domestic violence. So that assists law enforcement, but it also assists the public, because they are sometimes coming out being faced with someone who's been abused. The officer may have video footage of it. 6 months or a year later, when it comes time for the case to go to trial, the person who's been abused may no longer want to press charges. Well, the police officer can then use that video footage to still continue with the prosecution to maybe help that person not be involved in that situation again. You know what I mean? So it really helps in that way. There are many opinions about police body cameras, and I'm sure everybody in this room has a different opinion. But today is not to debate over whether we are for or against them. It's just to inform and make sure that you have information, and we can save all the debate for another speech. We've seen what the body cameras are and what they're used for. We know that they're to protect citizens and to also assist law enforcement in doing the job in the best way that they can. So just keep in mind when you're with your next encounter for a police officer, whether you get stopped for speeding or whatever it is you may be doing, just know that how you act may eventually be seen by the whole world. So what would you want them to see? And just remember that each time. Thank you.